Hey guys, welcome inside the State Champs studio for the State Champs High School Sports Show presented by Lawrence Tech. We've got another exciting week with volleyball wrapping up.
We do have an exciting week, but we do have to point out, look at our spooky Halloween decor here. We're really getting into the holiday spirit with it only being 3 days away. I mean, who doesn't love a good Halloween? I actually just like the candy, I'll be honest.
Me too, yeah.
Not big costume gals here, but we will eat all your candy, so hide that. Just kidding. But we're gonna start off the show with some volleyball highlights as they gear up for the playoffs. And we'll start it off with Orchard Lake St. Mary's taking on Regina. This was a fun one for the Cardinal Division Championship. Regina came out strong, taking the first set 25-13, then carried that momentum over to the second, taking it 25-23, a close one. Senior Olivia Dobbs recorded 19 kills, but don't count out Orchard Lake St. Mary's just yet. OLSM took the third set 25-14, so we head to the fourth set. This one, another close one, but St. Mary's staying alive, taking it 28-26, and that was an exciting one. So now that brings us to the final set of the game, a nail biter to finish this out. Orchard Lake St. Mary's takes it 15-12 to come back from behind and win 3 straight sets and win the Cardinal Division Championship.
It means a lot because we are, this is our 3rd year of girls, so we are just so proud to have won this award, and we have no seniors at all, so it's just a very big accomplishment for us. We're just so proud of ourselves. We worked so hard.
We just said we had nothing to lose. This is new experience for us, obviously being a 2nd-year varsity team, and we just thought now's our time to get gritty. That's our word of the year, and the girls did exactly that. We started working on communication and reminding ourselves that this game is fun and to get back to Eaglet Volleyball and show the world who we are.
We move forward here to our next game. How about a rivalry matchup? Marion and Mercy going head-to-head for the final time this season. And once again, Marion was too much to handle. Lauren Hemming had 3 aces. Outside hitter Izzy Busiami recorded 18 kills, while Molly Banta tallied 8 as well, leading the Mustangs to the sweep and winning the Catholic League Championship. This is Marion's 3rd consecutive tournament title, and they're showing that they are the team to beat this year once again.
A couple weekends ago, we lost 2 of our very big starters, and just being able to win the Catholic League against one of our biggest rivals, I think was a very big statement for us, especially with having those 2 players out. And I think it really motivates us to go into playoffs fired up and ready to play all these amazing other teams.
For our final game, let's head out to Ann Arbor Skyline for senior night against Tecumseh. The Eagles soared to a 3-set sweep. Skyline won the first one 25-19, then kept the momentum going, taking the second 25-18, and then came away with the win to take the third 25-17. The Eagles finished the regular season on a 9-game winning streak, and Skyline's Harper Murray stood out with 25 kills, and this is impressive. Harper finishes the season with the school record for most career aces and over 2,000 kills.
I feel like it's really surreal. I've known a lot of these girls since I was a freshman. I play with a couple of them in club. I'm really close with them off the court too, so it means a lot. And it's really sad, but big things ahead of me, so I'm excited. Our goal is to make it to states again. That's always our goal of ours ever since I was a freshman. Making it to Battle Creek has always been a goal of ours. Same thing this year.
So we're definitely having some intense practices gearing up for district. So I think the most important thing will be one game at a time. We just have to start, win our first game, win the second, keep going, and then hopefully make it back to Battle Creek. That's the goal.
All right, you know what time it is. Mr. Football Talk presented by Hungry Howlers. And this guy can be my wingman anytime. Call sign Habs man. And those in the know, no. Because you know what? We've got the need. The need for speed. Woo! Mr. Football Talk, Sean Valesian here. And Sean, let me tell you, this is the most exciting time of the year. And when you break down this competition and you look at the stats up and down, because by the way, we have frozen our top 10 candidates, so nobody else is going to get into the race, but who else would you put in? The numbers, when you look at it throughout, are outstanding. It is going to be a burden to choose just the Final Four, let alone the champion.
Well, this is what it's all about. And Lauren, you know what? It's never easy to whittle this down to the point where we have to freeze it, but we feel really good about this group. And all you have to do is do a little research at home, dig deep, and look at some of these numbers. I don't know how you could deny any one of these guys. And here's the beautiful thing. You have an opportunity right now, to make your case on the biggest stage. This is a big part of our criteria. We talk about it every year. What did you do in those big games? This is where somebody can earn their name on this trophy, and I can't wait for it to start.
And the voting, Sean, in this competition has been off the charts, kind of like Top Gun Maverick at the box office this summer. I mean, it has been insane. Samaj Morgan, at the time of recording this, had a little over 38,000 votes. Cole Cabana had 36,000 votes. A lot of other guys, with a lot of votes in between. So the community is coming out. And again, we need them to continue to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. You get a chance to put your guy in the Final Four. That makes a difference. That makes a big difference. And one of the cool things that we do, in case you're new to this, we will literally videotape us having the conversations about the Final Four and trying to whittle it down. And that is huge in regards to our criteria.
Maybe we'll all come as we'll kind of craft a Navy warship and we'll all just be Top Gun style for the Mr. Football vote. Who knows? Bottom line is we will end the vote after regionals, so we'll get you more information on that. But in the meantime, you got a couple more weeks to vote. Big games this weekend, big implications in the Mr. Football race. We'll talk about it next week.
We're going to take a quick break and check in with our friends at the DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine for this week's Game Changers.
Hi, I'm Laura Ramus with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. And today on Game Changers, we're going to show you the 3 keys to a successful off-season training program. The end of the school year or the end of your competitive season marks an important time frame, your off-season. A lot of times this can be a short period of time, but this is a time that you can either gain or lose ground on your competition. Here are the 3 keys for a successful off-season training program. Number 1, start with a goal. Before beginning any training, you must first have a clear plan of attack that gives you the best opportunity for success. Each sport has its own unique demands for strength, speed, and endurance. Training should mirror the conditions you will be experiencing during your sport. For example, off-season training for a football athlete will be much different for that of a volleyball athlete. And even within those sports, positions will be different. For example, a quarterback will train different than a lineman. A libero in volleyball will train different than a setter. Number 2, master the basics. Performance training has a strict hierarchy you must follow to prevent injury and optimize long-term development. Just like infants first learn to crawl before they can walk, athletes must master the basics before they move into more complex exercises. For example, learn how to squat before you work on plyometrics and jump training. Number 3, avoid injury. Often overlooked in the off-season training program is the number 1 goal of any training: keeping yourself on the field and not injured. You're no use to your team if you're injured, regardless how fast or strong you are. So first of all, think about the previous injuries you've had in other seasons. Work on things to help prevent those. Secondly, learn what the most common injuries are in the sport that you play and train to prevent those injuries.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
We're going to kick it out to the field now for some soccer regional finals.
I'm Jason Hutton. In Cedar Springs, OK White Conference rivals East Grand Rapids and Forest Hills Northern playing for a Division II regional championship. FHN put on the pressure in the first half. Shot is stopped by Eli Huey. Next one goes off the crossbar. This game was scoreless. Just later, though, off the corner, Max Merck right to the foot of Grayson Trainer. Northern scores first 1-0 at the half. Second half, Leo Tilley makes a nice play, sends one in front to Clark Elsey. FHN goes up 2 and holds on for a 2-1 regional title in Division II.
Means everything, this is the biggest game of all of our lives against our rivals, It all came down to this. It's the biggest game.
It means everything. We've been working hard since August, drop-ins and pre-camp, then tryouts. We've had a really good season leading up to this, so it means a lot.
The Huskies reached the semifinals for the first time since winning the state championship back in 2019.
Imlay City taking on Detroit Country Day in a Division III regional final at Pontiac Notre Dame. I'm Greg Molson with the highlights of a tightly played defensive battle. Sergio Galliano with a chance for the Spartans, stopped by Finn Hounsel. At the other end, it's Quentin Ramirez in goal, in perfect position to keep the game scoreless at halftime. Ramirez then gets some help in the second half as he comes out to bat the ball away. Zach Roger then gets the shot off, but Christopher Galliana using his head to make the save as the game would go into overtime still without a goal. But the drought finally ends in OT. Ben Farah using his speed, eluding two defenders, makes the pass in front. Ramirez makes one save, but not two. Amar Siddiqui with the goal, finally giving the Yellow Jackets the lead. And they put it away in the second overtime. Ben Farah gets behind the defense and picks the corner to make it 2-0. And finally, Vikram Gadla caps it off with the shot off the defender and in. Detroit Country Day scores 3 times in overtime, winning the regional championship over Imlay City.
It means a lot, but we want more. We want to be state champs. It's a good feeling though, good milestone. We want to keep going.
It's the next step for us. We had thought that we would get here, and we'd hope that we played well enough to get to the next opportunity, and hopefully Wednesday we'll get another one and make it to the final. That's our goal.
I'm Jonathan Kidd, and we go to a Division II regional final as Divine Child was taking on the Riverview Pirates. And we picked things up early in the second half. This will be the junior Salvatore Thompson putting it into the back of the net. That gave the Falcons a 1-0 lead. Then with 5 minutes left in the game, check out Jacob Bias with a big throw-in. Caden Demers is right there to head it in, and we were tied up at 1 as we head into overtime. And then we go 3 minutes left in the extra session. Off the corner kick, it is Demers once again using his dome for his second goal of the game as Riverview goes on to win 2-1 the final. It's the first regional championship in school history for the Pirates.
We're going to take a quick timeout and check in with this week's MHSAA Minute.
The postseason is in full effect for soccer, with football starting Friday night and volleyball next week. There are a number of ways for you to follow your favorite teams. The easiest way is to watch in person. Tickets for soccer semifinals and finals, football districts, regionals and semifinals, and volleyball districts and regionals can be purchased on GoFan. Just go to gofan.co, enter your school's name, and select the game you want to attend. Not able to make it in person? A huge number of our postseason games are available on the NFHS network, and both 11-player and 8-player football finals will be broadcast on Bally Sports Detroit. Finally, looking for a score, schedule, or a recap of a past event? Then head to MHSAA.com for all of that and more. While you're at MHSAA.com, you can find a link to all of our social channels. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Good luck to all of our teams and players as they get ready for the tournaments. And we hope to see you there at one of hundreds of games over the next few weeks.
Time now for an inside look at Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers a wide variety of opportunities for students interested in studying abroad for a full semester, or even if you're looking to participate in other international experiences that range from 1 week or an entire summer. LTU really has it all. Going overseas is a great way to develop as a leader with a global view. If you're interested in studying abroad and want to learn more about joining this program, check out ltu.edu now.
All right, let's get into some Anvil talk presented by Hungry Howie's. A man who always hates it when I buzz the tower, but he is the Colonel himself, Tim Beckler, here as we get into some Anvil conversation. And Coach, it's great to have you here again. We missed you last week, but I know you had a great time in Florida. So, yeah, I'm sure, right?
A little bit of golf, yes, sir.
Good for you. You deserve it. Hey, guys, we're freezing the top 10. We talked about it in the Mr. Football segment. Same thing. Freezing the top 10. We're now, what we call the second season here, which is the postseason. Critical time. If you follow our criteria, how we choose the winners of our awards, well, you know that, big game performance, nothing bigger than the playoffs. That's 15% of the vote. Team success, that's 10% of the vote. So that's 25% of the vote that really is going to be factored in. Granted, there's big games throughout the season. The main reason why we have performance throughout the season is 30%, because that kind of covers the whole thing. But these are the big games. These are the ones that really matter, and these are the ones where we see if our guys are able to help their team get to the next level and hopefully advance to where they want to be, and that is in the state championship game. So next few weeks especially are critical, and we've got some guys that are going to be going head-to-head very soon. In fact, this week.
Yeah, we have some big matchups in store. In Division I, we've got Amir Herring, Brandon Davis Swain, and Wes Bloomfield going head-to-head with Jalen Thompson and Cass Tech. That's a huge game with maybe even bigger implications for the Anvil race.
I know, and when you think about it, and you participated in some of these, and some people complain like, oh, these are two teams that should be meeting later in the season, whatever, but here they are in week 1 of the playoffs. My whole thing is, hey, you're going to have to play them sometime, right? Why not when the weather's still halfway decent? And but we do have two Goliaths going at it.
Yeah, very good point. And you do want to see your better teams go on, but you're exactly right. You're going to have to play them anyway. You might as well get it on.
Right. Next week, we might have another Anvil Award head-to-head.
In Division 4, it's very possible we could see in a district championship featuring Jeremiah Elson Jackson, an undefeated Redford Union, versus our previous leading vote getter, Dylan Senda, and currently 7-2 Divine Child. Senda was a couple thousand votes behind Kavanaugh Dighton, whose fan base just blew up the vote. Dighton is now the leading vote getter now.
His community has come out, the Clarkson community has come out huge for him, 10,000 votes in a week for that young man. So he's taken over the vote lead. So big matchup, they're gonna settle it on the field probably next week again if things play out where you have Redford Union and Dearborn Divine Child in Division 4 playing for some district hardware next week. So we need to let you guys know that the voting is going to end the Monday after regional. So that's November 14th, and we'll have another Anvil update next week.
Well, it's the first round of football playoffs, so we have an exciting weekend ahead, but it's also about to be Halloween in a few days. So Liz, what are you going to dress up as this year?
I think I'm just going to pass out some candy. I don't know. The costume thing isn't really me, but make sure you guys tune in next week for the State Champs High School Sports Show.
State Champs High School Sports Show is powered by Lawrence Technological University. Visit l2athletics.com and recruit yourself. State Champs is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud sponsor of the MHSAA, and the Detroit Medical Center Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Pros. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.